All right, welcome everybody. And today we're back working towards learning target 1 and 2. I can identify unit labels for speed, velocity, and acceleration, and I can explain the difference between speed, velocity, and acceleration. So today we're really focusing on that acceleration part of these learning targets. So step 1 is to view this learning target lecture and take notes. Step 2 is to practice position time graphs on Physics Classroom and submit a screenshot. Step 3 is to answer the Google question for the velocity graph. And step 4 is to turn in a picture of the calculations worksheet. All right, so our daily review for today. Take a moment and describe how you would move in order to make this graph. So think about line segments A, B, C, and D. All right, so how I would describe it is for line segment A here, I'm moving away for 2 seconds. And then I'm stopped for 2 seconds. And then I'm moving away again for 2 seconds. And then now for D, I'm going back home in 2 seconds. All right, our definition for acceleration. This is our vocabulary word for today. Acceleration is a change in the velocity of an object. Our units for acceleration are meters per second squared. Some related words for acceleration are accelerate and decelerate. And it's important to note that an object accelerates when it changes speed, direction, or both. Now, there is an equation that we can use for acceleration, but first, let's go over what these letters are. So A stands for acceleration, VF is for our final velocity, VI is for our initial velocity, and then T is for time. That stays the same for us. So our equation is acceleration equals final velocity minus our initial velocity divided by time. So I want you to take a moment and write down 3 things that can cause a car to accelerate. So the 3 things that I came up with was 1, the steering wheel, because that causes the change in direction, brakes, the decelerating, and then the gas pedal accelerating. Now let's look at these 4 pictures of these cars here. I want you to take a moment and think about which of these cars are accelerating. So the car on the top left here is accelerating. They're slowing down. They have their chutes out for drag racing there. And then our car here is just parked, so it's not accelerating. Bottom left, they're accelerating, and there's that change in direction as they came around that corner there. And then this car here, that change in direction, so they are accelerating as well. All right, so now take a second and I want you to write down what is the difference between speed and acceleration. Well, acceleration is how fast the speed changes. So that is our key difference there for speed and acceleration. Acceleration is how fast speed changes. All right, that is it for our notes today. So you can go ahead and hit mark as done for step 1 and move on to step 2.